Today, Honda announced an update to their 500cc bikes for the 2022 model year, including the CB500F Naked, the CBR500R sports bike, and the CB500X adventure bike. So in this video, we're going to go over the 6 best updates they've made to these super popular A2 friendly machines. And there are plenty of changes that are common to all 3 of them. We'll start with the engine, although it already made the maximum 35 kilowatts or 47 horsepower permitted in this category. So there were never going to be any big performance improvements. That peak power is still produced at the exact same 8,600 RPM, and peak torque is still 43 Nm at 6,500. But fuel injection has been updated with new settings that Honda claim improve the feeling of torque and the character of this parallel twin. It's also compliant with this year's Euro 5 emissions regulations, and the radiators had a bit of a tweak with what they're saying is a more stylish appearance, although they look exactly the same to me, but they have shaved about 100 grams off, which is pretty decent. There are, however, bigger updates to the chassis with a new 41mm Showa upside down separate function big piston fork that's inherited from their bigger 650 bikes, replacing the more basic right way up fork of the previous Gen 500s. Now let's break this down. The upside downness matters because the chunkier, heavier bit is moved to the top, meaning it's better at holding up to the forces of turning and braking, but also the light bit being at the bottom reduces unsprung weight, which improves responsiveness. The separate function part means that instead of having a spring and damper in each fork leg, there's a spring in one and damping's taken care of by the other. And the big piston part means that instead of a damping cartridge, effectively the whole fork leg is a cartridge, meaning that much bigger pistons can be used. And look, the overall gist is that the suspension ought to be loads better at the front this year. Also, upside down forks just look more sporty, cool and premium, especially if you make them gold as they have. New lighter wheels should also improve the response of the suspension, with the F and R models both getting 5 spokes instead of the 6 of the previous generation. The CB500X's larger, more off-road friendly 19-inch front wheel is also said to be lighter. We've got a lighter swing arm too, which again reduces unsprung weight for better response and therefore ride quality. They've done that by dropping the steel from 2.3mm thick to 2mm, and while they were at it, they also increased the rotational stiffness whilst allowing for a little more lateral flex, again all with the aim of improving handling. Braking gets a massive boost with 2 discs at the front now instead of 1. Now the disc size has dropped from 320mm to 296. Honda say it's intentional to keep the weight gains to a minimum, but the new updated 2-piston Nissin calipers are now radially mounted on the F and R, which should increase stiffness, leading to good power and crispness at the lever. Presumably Honda decided that the off-road bias of the X means that it doesn't need super sporty brakes, and so it sticks with the regular axially mounted calipers, although now having the twin discs should still provide a boost. Elsewhere, we've got plenty of other little tweaks. There's a revised weight bias with more over the front for better front end grip, new front mudguards for all the bikes, more power from the LED headlights, new front position lights for the X, more sporty aluminium foot pegs for the F, and a bunch of new color schemes. The CBR still gets the Grand Prix red option, which gives it an echo of the CBR500R and the Fireblade, although it does have revised graphics for this year. And there's also a stealthy looking matte gunpowder black metallic that's new for 2022. The F gets the most color options, also coming in Grand Prix red, but with a new pearl dusk yellow, matte axis grey metallic, and probably my pick here, the pearl smoky grey, because I like those little pops of orange on the intake covers. As for the X, there's also Grand Prix red, a matte gunpowder black metallic, as well as a new option of pearl organic green. As always, I'd love to know your pick down in the comments below. Personally, I've always thought that adventure bikes look great in a sort of khaki green, so the X might be the one that I'd take home, and to me, it looks like a proper good fun little versatile bike. But like I say, let me know your pick down in the comments below, and if you're new here and you want to see more of the latest motorcycle news right here on YouTube, then please do hit subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.